What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy NxtGen720 with a very, very special guest here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, shout yourself out if the people don't know who you are by now.
What's poppin', people? I'm Rated D, and I've tested positive for swag. Oh, and I just have to say real quick, in light of the recent success that Donald Trump has had in the primaries, I want to congratulate the Mooch 78 on his crusade of not only making America great again, but of making Xbox One great again, dude. I mean, Mooch is killing it right now, dude. But he has to understand that PlayStation's still better. I'm sorry, Mooch.
So anyway, for those who didn't know, well, I don't know, me and Rated, we debated it before in the past. It was about a year ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, I would like to get back to doing these live. Like I said, I'm not with the weird shit. Long as we all can agree to disagree. Like sometimes you guys take this shit so personal. Like no one works for Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like like it is what it is. How many people do we have in here live now? We have I'm trying to find the actual YouTube thing. Hold on one second. Here we go. All right. Let me pause the video here. All right. So I'm testing. Do I sound clear?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. So I guess we can start off by answering questions. So your position, your stance is that the PlayStation 4 is a better overall console.
Yeah, and like we talked about before we started, we're just gonna keep this between consoles, no PC talk or anything like that.
Most definitely. So you think that the PlayStation 4 is a better console?
Yeah.
Why?
So a few reasons. First off, if like personally, I don't really care much about reviews. I check them out to see in general what people say, but still the general consensus of a game, you go to sites like Metacritic to see how people feel about them. And so, for example, the Order 1886, even if I may have liked it, the majority of people didn't really seem to like it that much. But if you look at the games on Metacritic, the PlayStation 4 consistently has more games that are rated higher. So games that are 70 to 79 rated. PS4 has 170 to the Xbox One's 116. Games rated 80 to 89, PS4 has 110 to Xbox's 73. And games rated 90 to 100, PS4 has 14 to Xbox's 3. So even if a lot of these games may be indie games, we see with games like The Witness and Rocket League that oftentimes it's the indie games that do something a little bit more creative, and uh, they're still of high value, let's say. So, and now the fact that the PS4 is going to get all these big exclusives like Uncharted's coming out, Ratchet and Clank, every month this year so far, and up until like June, we're gonna get one big exclusive. Like it started off with the Witness, then you had Street Fighter. Now you're getting MLB The Show, Ratchet and Clank, and then Uncharted. And then who knows what we've got for the end of the year with like The Last Guardian or Horizon. Consistently, the PS4 has had uh I guess better, I mean, based off things like Metacritic, better games, and now the really big hyped up exclusives are about to start coming out. And plus, the other main thing is, and we can get into more detail about this stuff in a bit, but the other main thing is that PlayStation has always had like one big update every few months to kind of rejuvenate the interest in the system and to kind of make it feel like, you go from the PS4 to the PS4.2 to the PS4.5 up until, in a few years when Sony releases the actual PS5. And it feels like every year or so when they have these big updates, it feels like a nicer leap throughout the time to where it feels like things are passing by decent enough. And you've got things like the PlayStation VR that are, reinvigorating interest in the entire PlayStation brand as well. It's just a lot of things like that going on in general.
All right. You said a mouthful there, and
Yeah.
but I kind of beg to differ. First thing I'm going to address, and you said the games. Sony hasn't had a AAA exclusive. So the last one was the Uncharted collection, if you're going to count that. And the reason why, and again, I I guess you. I guess address your Metacritic thing, but I get to the what to me what and the reason why I say the Xbox One is better than the PlayStation 4 because it has more AAA exclusives. Okay, you don't buy a quote unquote next generation console to play $10 indie games. I don't give a fuck how great they are. That's just the icing. I want the cake itself. But Sony has not had a AAA exclusive. The last one was the Uncharted collection, if I'm not mistaken. And then you said Street Fighter Five. I dare you. That's Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo has more content than Street Fighter 5 on the PlayStation 4. And that's just not my opinion. That is fact, my friend. So again, you said that Sony's going to be releasing a AAA exclusive every month.
A big name exclusive, let's say.
Okay, again, The Witness is not a big name exclusive. That's like me counting Ori and the Blind Forest. It's not. We're talking about retail exclusives, my friend. So, you got Street Fighter Five. If you still want to count that, like I said, it's a, compared to Kill Instinct is, or even Mortal Kombat. My God, I don't know what the hell that was, but Street Fighter Five, Ratchet and Clank. It's a remake and it's a $40 title. 90% of Sony's library I can play on the PlayStation 3. They're remasters and remaking. Again, you don't buy a next generation console to play shit that I already played on the PS3 2 years ago. I'm sorry. Then you said something about VR. VR. Sony bet big on 3D and that bombed out. The average gamer and consumer, again, don't want to put shit on their face. And again, this PlayStation VR with $400, and what drives is this Sony's version of their Kinect. And I'm just being honest. What drives peripherals or whatever the case may be is software. You got games like Robot Soccer. Nobody want. Come on, like maybe the hardcore fans again are going to buy out, but when you come up with a peripheral that costs just if not more or the same amount as a console, then a mom and dad is not going to go. Come on, you're like that doesn't even make any sense. And that's one of the issues I have with Sony because this Sony's budget, they invested over $350 million damn near in VR and not AAA exclusives. You know what I mean? Like I said, we can it was crazy as hell with Sony fans because last generation no one talked about indies. The Xbox 360, we actually called them arcade. We had the arcade. We had arcade and we had indie games. I mean, and they didn't count last generation. And it's funny how, Sony fans, the reason why they chose the PlayStation, they said because Sony had more AAA exclusive. Now this generation is not about that. It's about the multi-plats and the indies. Like y'all always twist the shit to fit your argument. You know what I mean? And getting down to your updates on the PlayStation Network. Like, come on. That shit is like it's abysmal compared to Xbox Live and the updates that we get on Xbox Live. Y'all motherfuckers are still begging for a folder and to be able to change your name. Like, get the hell out of here. Like, what the hell is that? You can't even change your name on that network. And what about the security? It's like it's so hard to ask for two-step authentication. Like, Sony and their customer service and with their network, you had consumers. Like I said, it's crazy as hell how this generation, how the media has not really picked up on a lot of things when it came to Sony. You know what I mean? You had consumers that, and I'm one of the ones that was affected, because my son, he had him on my account card, and he doesn't even play FIFA nor do I. I had a bunch of people purchases on a debit card, but that's neither here or there. You had consumers that bought and it was crazy as hell. Sony, we all for the gamer and all for the consumers about this DRM shit. But you had this one guy, I'm not going to say his name, who bought, he probably spent about $1,200 on games digitally that he bought on his console. Then he had about $1,000 or some odd dollars or so on digital purchases that he did not make. They were made in the south of France, some goddamn where. And this guy here was probably just safe in the USA. All right. And Sony, he went, so all Sony was told him that they would credit him back was $150 of that. So when he disputed the claim with his bank, Sony locked him out of his account. And so all the games that he bought digitally, he no longer has. He had to get help me how in the what? Like, this is crazy as hell. The PlayStation 4s are a horrible goddamn console. You know what I mean? When it comes to for the hardcore, I'm just keeping it funky. You know what I mean? It's a horrible goddamn console. They're Sony is nothing. They're very fucking arrogant. Their customer service is dog shit. And like I said again, I want AAA exclusives. Okay, I'm sorry. The Witness is not a AAA. Fucking Street Fighter 5, I'll be damned. That's not a triple. Ratchet and Clank is a $40 fucking game, a remake, another remaster. Heavy Rain, another remake, another remastered. Beyond Two Souls, you get what I'm saying here? Another remake or remastered. So again, what are these big once a month? What are you talking about? Could you please name this for me again? You're talking about once a month. Give me one.
Okay, so first off, indie games did matter last gen because I specifically remember Journey on the PS3 had won IGN's Game of the Year, and that was one of the big games that year. And then
I'm sorry, I didn't say it again, please, bro. Say it again.
Journey on the PS3 had ended up winning IGN's Game of the Year.
I said retail game, so Journey. I'm not to cut you off. So Journey, are you serious? I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go buy a PlayStation 4. You know what? I'm gonna go buy a PS4. I gotta get my hands on that fucking Journey. Nobody walks into a store and think about the games that you can download digitally. You know what I mean? Like that's not in real life. I've never done that, and I don't have anything against indies. You know what I mean? You don't have little kids at home and say, you know what, Billy, I can't wait to get hands on that Journey. Get the hell out of here, Rated D. Give me something else, man.
Well, I'm specifically countering a point that you had made about indie games last gen didn't matter as much, but Journey won IGN's Game of the Year in 2012. That was an indie game. But in regards to the online, there was a report from VG 24/7 that so far this year, Xbox Live has been down 8 times, and PlayStation Network has been down at least less than that. The other report was before this, Xbox Live had been down 4 times to 3 times with PSN. And since then, Xbox Live has gone down 8 times. I'm not sure about PSN specifically, but at the same time, I mean, they seem to be going down about as frequently.
I mean, going down, we're talking about DOS attacks, DDoS attacks, you know, that's not being hacked or you got a bunch of assholes that sit around and send, you know, a bunch of service requests. You know, I mean, it's not because this service is unreliable. I mean, again, we're talking about Street Fighter 5 just launched. And my God, you talking about IGN again. IGN, who's been known to kiss Sony's ass, they gave Street Fighter 5 an 8 point something, and the game didn't even fucking work when it launched. Like, come on, can the average consumer or Joe really take IGN, word, seriously? Like, come on. How could you give a game an 8 point something that the multiplayer doesn't even work? I mean, you can finish. You got the game.
But specifically in regards to hacking, there was an entire site last gen called Hacked on Xbox, and you can still find the Twitter account where they were posting stories about people on Xbox Live getting hacked. I've made, I think, like 1 video on it, but I plan on posting more videos specifically about individual stories about this. So it goes both ways. Even Michael Pachter had said that his Xbox Live account on Xbox 360 had gotten hacked at one point in time. So, but going back to Street Fighter, yes, it's lacking in content, but at the same time, a lot of the hardcore fans have been praising the gameplay for it. So there is that give and take as well. I'm not defending the fact that it was lacking on content, but at least the gameplay itself, people were pleased with.
Well, again, I've been a member. No, listen, and I've never said, but someone tried to steal my account on Xbox Live. Also, I mean, I contacted Microsoft, and actually, what happened with me instead, I had an older email, a Yahoo account, which I don't even use anymore. So, when it's called a 2-step authentication, you know what I mean? So when people, what Sony doesn't do, when someone tries to make a purchase on your account, you get an email confirmation, hey, or yada, yada, yada. But anyway, I said it to say this. My information has never been, I've never had fraudulent charges. I've never had, we're talking about hacked and stuff. That's okay. And of course, a bunch of people can say, a hacked site, they could be a bunch of Sony fanboys for all we know. You look at the reviews they were giving on Amazon about the Xbox One, and people never even owned the goddamn console. But again, I've had Xbox Live since 2002. My credit card information has never, ever Debit card information has never had any problems ever. You know what I mean? And I've never seen one site that's and I've heard of people, kids, who may have purchased things on their credit card or whatever the case may be. That's a given. But far as someone stealing my credit card information or my identity, you know what I mean? Like, come on, the shit that Sony put out, and they got sued. You know, they got in trouble by the government for this shit. They knew that people had access to people's valuable information. You know, their credit cards and stuff. Sony didn't say nothing for 2 fucking weeks. They settled on that. Do you know why PSN cards are the number one thing on Amazon? Because people do not trust Sony with their information.
Well, anyway, I pretty much made my point about that. Xbox Live has had similar issues, and Michael Pachter got hacked as well.
Okay.
But real quick, going back to IGN specifically regarding Journey on PS3, there were other sites like The Escapist and Giant
PS3 or
Bomb
PS4?
and Guardian. PS3. Going back to the issue about indie games last gen to this gen.
Okay.
Yeah, G4, Giant Bomb, The Guardian, and The Escapist had all given Journey a perfect 10. So it wasn't just IGN that was giving good scores to the game.
Again, and what you said at the city, like I said before, 99.9% of the PlayStation 4 library I can play on the PlayStation 3. You know, and as I mean, just being real, you bought a next generation console, right? Am I right? The PlayStation 4 is a next generation console, right?
Yes.
You bought that console to play stuff you already played? Or do you want new experiences?
Well, I mean, you had new experiences like Bloodborne. I still stand by being the best game of this generation, but
no, okay, all right, we do this. Let's make it fair. Name me Sony's exclusives. I'm talking about retail exclusives that I can't play on the PlayStation 3.
Okay, and don't laugh at Knack in the order, but you do have Knack.
I'll give you that. We're okay.
So you got Infamous Second Son, you got Bloodborne, you got Killzone Shadowfall.
All right.
You got Until Dawn, and I mean, Infamous First Light is it's digital, but
it's DLC.
It's its own game, but it's pretty much DLC. Yeah,
it's DLC. So we're not. So all right. So we got name it. We got what? We got
you got a little. Well, yeah, and to add on to that stuff, you've also got Little Big Planet and Drive Club, and that's just stuff off the top of
my head. How many
is
that?
That was about 7 or 8 off the top of my head.
I'll try again. Hey, count. Use your fingers. Come on, count them out.
Okay, so Knack, The Order, Infamous, Until Dawn, Killzone, Little Big Planet, Drive Club. That's 7 right there. I don't.
Okay, you got 7 retail games.
Well, just off the top of my head, though. I mean, you've got.
No, that's it. I don't. Oh, and Street Fighter 5. Okay, Street Fighter 5. Or whatever. You got 8 retail games in 3 years. You got 8 exclusives in 3 years. Come on, bro. And you tell me that's the best console out this generation?
Well, going back to that, what about the Xbox? It's not too different at this point in time.
Okay, let's count. The Xbox One. You got Rise, Son of Rome. You got Killer Instinct. You got what else? Forza 5, Forza 6. You got what else we got here? Halo 5. You got what else we got? Come on, work with me. Jesus Christ. Halo 5. No, it's more than 8. You got Halo 5. You got man, I done drew a blank here. Hold up. Goddamn. Halo 5. I'm not gonna count the Master Chief Collection, okay? No, can't count that. No, it's more than that. I'm not going to count Tomb Raider because I can play the Tomb Raider on 360. I'm not going to count Forza Horizon 2 because I can play the Forza Horizon.
Oh, and you can take the Little Big Planet off the PS4 list. I forgot that was on PS3.
Yeah. No, it's more than 5 goddamn games. Ladies and gentlemen, I done drew a blank. TheRatedD might got me. He might got me. He might got me on that one. I might have took an L on that one. Yeah, I might have took an L on that. Let me try this again. We got damn. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm back. Sunset Overdrive. I'm back. I forgot about Sunset Overdrive. There's a few. I know, like I said, Sunset Overdrive. What else do you have? There's something else. that I didn't. Oh my god, man. So was it 67?
Yeah, pretty much the same on both is what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's more. I'm telling you, my God, it's more. It's more. Let me cut my goddamn Xbox. We can go to the next question then. So, all right. All right. So, you're basically besides that, like I said, I buy retail games for retail. I'm sorry, buy next generation games for you know but you bought a next generation console. I'm sorry for next generation games, and you're saying that PSN is also better than Xbox, and also for me, it's the online and the social experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And you're
get you.
saying that PSN is better than Xbox Live?
I mean, when you got features like share play, I think it's definitely competitive. I'm not going to say one's definitely better than the other, but they're both very similar. It
Oh,
seems to be, and
I forgot about Rise too. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't name Rise, but I'm sorry, get
uh, yeah. So, I mean, we've talked about past games that we've had. The other thing regarding games is games that we've got to look forward to. So, I mean, I mentioned things coming out this year. You got, like I said, Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted, MLB The Show. MLB The Show comes out yearly though. And then you also have like The Last Guardian and Horizon stuff that I'm really excited about. But at the same time, we know Sony Bend and Sony Santa Monica are working on two games,
look real
specifically
big.
Sony Bend's Unreal.
It was Fat Princess.
Oh
I
no,
mean,
I'm
that
saying like
doesn't bother you that
I'm saying
Sony
like a
has
full.
their
Well, but I'm
big.
saying it's like a full-fledged game, like the next God of War type of thing. Because Sony Santa
Um,
Monica helps out with a
Wait,
bunch
I'm
of
sorry,
people.
not to cut you off, Rated D. I forgot about Zook Tycoon and Connect Sports Rivals. A lot more than fucking eight. But even though that shit doesn't interest me, Fantasia is a lot more than fucking eight. But anyway, I'm not going to count those games because they're bullshit games, but they're retail fucking titles. You know what I mean? But again, before you get to talking about that, I mean, I'm asking you for the record. Are you saying that PlayStation PSN, network is better than Xbox Live?
Yeah, honestly, I can't choose between the two because they both seem similar to me. I'm not going to
Similar?
definitively say one is better than the other.
I mean, I'm okay. I can speak for, and I'm not being biased. Even though I do prefer the Xbox One, I'm a gamer at heart. PSN is nowhere compatible with Xbox Live, bro. That's just fact. I mean, that's not even up for debate.
I
To
mean,
me,
I doubt
still,
pretty much is even
the
more.
PlayStation Network sounds like you're talking underwater. It's dog shit. You know what I mean? It is. I mean, it sounds horrible. Sounds like you're talking under fucking water. But but you can go back to about your games and shit again. Say it again.
I mean,
What?
so I was gonna say, like, you still have stuff like the next whatever it is, if it's God of War 4 or whatever that Cory Barlog at Sony Santa Monica is working on, and Sony Bend they're working on that open world horror game. Those are two that we've yet to see, and at the same time, there's a guy on NeoGAF who's been verified as being an insider who has talked. I mean, he was right about a bunch of stuff,
Considered an
including.
insider. I'd speak to Aaron. I'd speak to Phil. Could I be considered an insider also?
Well, but the thing is this guy had called Street Fighter 5 back in 2013. Like he knows what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
And so he said we'll have to see exactly what comes to fruition or whatever. But he said that the PS4 has at least console exclusives coming from companies like Sega, Capcom, Level 5.
Listen. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. Let's talk about 2016. All right, 2000. We in 2016. I'm gonna make this real easy for you. 2016. You're saying right now, for the record, that Sony has the bigger exclusives in 2016.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Please, you can name these exclusives for me for the record. We can do it right here, just for the record, man. Because again, you say tomato, I say tomatoes. The reason why we buy these goddamn next generation consoles are for their AAA exclusive. 2016.
Yes.
What do you
Yeah.
have?
So, like I say, you have Street Fighter 5, which is
Okay,
big for the
one.
fighting.
Okay.
Uh, if you want to say The Witness, I don't know. That's like I said, that's an
No,
indie thing.
retail, AAA. We're not doing any
Oh,
indies. I'm not
retail.
naming the Blind Forest and Cuphead. I'm
Okay.
not doing that. No,
Okay.
AAA.
So you got Street Fighter 5, you got MLB The Show, Ratchet and Clank, which is a reimagining, not necessarily a remake. It's got a slightly different story.
All right.
uh, oh, and by the way, I forgot to bring this up earlier. Sly Cooper 4, when it had come out on the PS3, was also priced at $40, but it was a full fledged.
I'll give you Ratchet and Clank. I'm not trying to scratch it off your list. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Anyway, and so then you've got Uncharted in May now that it got delayed. And then as of right now, we have The Last Guardian and Horizon that are listed for this
Could
year.
you give me a link? This Horizon is not. It's not coming out in 2016.
At least that's the rumor so
Hey,
far.
bro,
I
and the
think
last, the rumor has it that this wasn't. Listen, look, I've read articles that said it's going to come out. It's not guaranteed for 2016. And the Last Guardian, bro, they showed the same PlayStation 3 footage that they showed 9 years ago.
I mean, yeah, it looks pretty much the same, but it's still on PS4.
I'm just saying that showed. So you're counting on that coming out this year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, so you got, for the record, you got Street Fighter, you got baseball, you got Ratchet and Clank, you got Uncharted, and you're saying The Last Guardian?
Yeah, The Last Guardian, Horizon,
There's a release date for this game?
Uncharted, Ratchet and Clank.
Could you, with
Wait,
these games, give me release dates? Or maybe, what's that, GameStop or something? Something that's penciled in?
oh well, they had said at the end of the Last Guardian trailer that it was coming out in 2016. They didn't have a
Oh,
specific month or
okay.
whatever. And I'm checking
Microsoft
real
also
quick
said
to see
Scalebound was coming out,
Horizon.
this year, but it got, I mean, again, because does this have a price I can buy from GameStop? Okay, but listen, I whatever. For the Xbox One, you got Quantum Break, you got, Killer Instinct Season 3, you got Forza Horizon 3, you got Gears of War 4, Halo Wars 2. Must I keep going? Do you need more?
Yeah,
You need more? You sure?
yeah.
Okay. Fable Legends, you need more? So I keep
Well,
going there.
Fable's a free-to-play game. Is it going to be retail?
Okay, can we take Fable Legends back? We all know that's a triple A though, but when we take that back though, because I take it back.
Well,
I
just
take
if
it
it's
back. I take
retail,
Fable
it's
Legends
fine.
back. Okay. Again, you got Fable. I'm not gonna name Cuphead. I'm not gonna name or Scale got pushed back into was 2017. And from Microsoft mouth, own word of mouth, that they have some unannounced exclusives that are coming out this year in 2016 also.
Oh, can I cut you off real quick?
You can come on, yeah, go.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that No Man's Sky is also going to be a retail game. It's coming out in June as well, so that's another one. And
No Man's Sky
Persona
is a
5.
retail game now.
What'd you say?
That's the retail game. No Man's
Yeah,
Sky.
they announced it yesterday, I believe it
Being
was.
that you brought up No Man's Sky, I just read an article that this journalist said No Man's Sky is still putting him to sleep. What the fuck's up with that? I'm quite sure you said
I don't
that.
know. We'll have to wait for the game to come out, I guess.
Yeah, he said the game is still putting him to sleep.
I mean, it's still coming out this year, and it's going to be
That's
like
a
one of the
triple A.
big push retail games. Yeah, I mean, as of now, it seems like it.
I
Like I
don't
said,
know. Maybe that's
we'll
what
have to
makes
wait
you,
and see.
you guys, I don't know, PlayStation gamers or whatever. I would say, hate to say PlayStation gamers, but some of the games you guys look forward to. My God, I'm not even trying to be biased because I got the PlayStation 4. I buy normally all of their exclusives. I mean, I'm not a big Uncharted fan, but I'm almost like I'm going to get it. But games like No Man's Sky, what's the object? I just fly around the planet and what because I'm like we all gonna be like Mass Effect. The boringest part of Mass Effect. I'm sorry, is mining those planets for minerals and shit. That's the downside of the goddamn game. Everyone hates doing that. But
Well, I mean, at the same time, Quantum Break seems to be almost like a playable movie. You can make the same type of case that would put you to sleep.
what Quantum Break? So Remedy Quantum Breaks to put you to sleep?
I mean, it's like a playable movie.
Oh, all right. You know what? All right. Oh
It's
my
like
God.
The Order.
Okay. All right. So you put the order on your list, but check it out then. I'm gonna say this. Another reason, which I didn't even, I was gonna save this for last, but I'm also go for the fucking throat. You know, another reason why the Xbox One is better than the PlayStation 4. Damn near, my digital games that I bought last generation on my 360, free backwards compatibility and native. I mean, not just the digital games. And here Sony wants to charge me, for games that I already own digitally. Like, what the? And listen, how could you say? Like, come on, you talking about anti-consumerism? Here it is, Sony. I bought God of War 3 digitally on my PlayStation 3. I can't have access to that. You're gonna charge me again to stream that shit on your service?
Well, I mean, at the same time, the Xbox One backwards compatibility, the frame rate isn't that good in
Listen,
it.
we're not talking about the frame. Come on, frame rate. Now, listen
I mean,
again.
it's almost unplayable,
Okay,
like Black Mom says.
unplayable. You know how silly you sound, a console gamer talking about frame rate and resolution. If that's the case, it should be on PC. Now,
Well, I
again,
mean, if it's
I don't
running
have
at
any
50
frame rate. So I'm being
frames,
honest. I'm just being real. But again, so your justification, you talking about frame rate, 720p, and that shit chugs along on Sony dog shit ass network. You're gonna no, but I'm asking you, that's anti-consumer. I bought this game digitally. You're gonna charge me again to play your game, not even a third party's game, your game, Sony. You know what I mean? You're gonna
look,
charge me again to play that shit again?
I'm not defending that, but at the same time, do you still have your PS3? Because I do, and that's where I play all the old games.
What if I don't? What if my PS3 bombed out?
Well, I don't know.
Some ass out,
Like I
right?
said, I'm not defending it, but
Yeah. So again, so that's like I said, that's another reason why the Xbox One is better than PlayStation 4. Another reason, multitasking. You know how difficult that, like prime example with the Street Fighter 5. I had to come out the app to go back and I ain't got to close shit out on the Xbox. I'm watching Netflix. Netflix, Law and Order. Boom. Xbox launched NBA 2K16. Go back, my Law and Order still like, you know what I mean? Multitasking. Something I can't even do on the PlayStation 4. Nothing. Like this, listen, compared to the Xbox One, you know what I mean? It's like it feels like I said, I will give Sony it's the more powerful console of this generation. I give you that. You know what I mean? But the PlayStation 3 was the more powerful console last generation also. I give them that, you know what I mean? But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of AAA, it's big blockbuster games, features, you know what I mean? Online capabilities. The Xbox One leaves the PlayStation 4 in the dust. Fact.
well,
Like
I have
that's
to
a
say that.
fact.
Like Iron Wolf, but
Yeah.
honestly, I think
Speak the facts,
SharePlay.
bro. The facts.
I think SharePlay is one of the biggest new things that's happened this generation. It does suck that it has to be on the store, like you can't SharePlay PT anymore. But still, SharePlay is a great feature to allow people to try out different
I can
games.
share my games on the Xbox One. That's people been doing that. That's I can share my games on the Xbox One also. But
Well, specifically SharePlay though, where you could just basically do split screen or hand your controller over to another guy over the internet though, as if they're sitting right next to you.
okay.
But crap, what was I gonna say? I totally blanked out on the next
I know
point.
you
But
did.
this
Mentioned
was
this number.
it.
Oh, got him on the ropes.
Regarding
Right.
regarding multitasking, specifically with Amazon Instant Video, because I don't use Netflix, I use Amazon. I can go and I'll watch a TV show, and then you can end it, in the middle of the program or whatever, like the close the application or whatever, or start up a different app or whatever game, and then when you start up Amazon again, like you said with Netflix, it's still at the same point. It's not really any different.
Bro, I can do that's just the app itself. You know what I'm doing right now, RateD? I'm playing Mortal Kombat X. And got our fucking live stream that we're doing. I'm looking at it right now on my TV. You talking about multitasking? It doesn't even come close. Like it doesn't even come close.
It's basically picture in picture.
Can I do that on my PlayStation 4? No.
Well, no, but when you've got a laptop right next to you, it's not really all
I
that
can't afford a
necessary.
laptop. Oh man, very low means. I can't afford. We're talking about the console. Do you go to add extra peripherals? You know what I mean? If we're talking about that, I can stream my shit to my Windows 10 phone, or not even my Windows. Windows 10 devices. Like that's not even go there. And then you know what? Like again, then what about this DX12? It's like a game changer, right? You realize that that's like a game fucking changer. Fucking that's it. Hook shot, buzzer beater.
Even Phil Spencer said that DX12 isn't going to do that much for the Xbox, and we've seen all this releasing new cores and stuff for both systems hasn't made much of an impact on the power. But specifically the streaming that you were talking about, we see through the next PS4 update that you are going to be able to stream to PC and Mac.
Okay, but you know why? I mean, again, but in DX12 plus the end of that, you got all these cores. I'm glad you said that. But with DX12, because if you have a multi-core processor with DirectX or OpenGPU, I know what it is one core talks to the GPU at a time. But with DirectX 12, it's exclusive to Windows 10 and the Xbox One. All of the cores can converse with the GPU. All the footage you've seen thus far from Quantum Break has been the Xbox One footage, and which would have been possible without DirectX 12. I'm just being real, like you have what you call specs on paper and real world performance. Like that's fucking a game changer. Like and people, and this is on the record, not just my opinion. Aaron Greenberg has said it. All the footage we've seen for the order, I'm sorry, not the order. Quantum Break has been the Xbox One footage. And you know what Sony's known for doing? They show you this fucking shiny carrot, and by the time you get the goddamn game, is downgrade. We all saw how beautiful fucking Uncharted was when they showed that little clip of him walking.
It's still the same.
No,
it hasn't changed.
Not. It's a come on.
The
Even with
rates,
the infamous, the order.
The frame rate has changed, but the game itself looks the same.
No, it's not even close. I want you to look at that when they first showed it. Was when they gave that glimpse? It was in 2013, 2014. How shiny his face was, and look at when they finally showed it. It's not even close. And you speaking of Uncharted, what's up with Sony still in artwork and shit? Like, what the fuck is up with that?
That was pretty funny, but
no, that's not as bad.
I had a video comparing the two things, but specifically with the Uncharted downgrade or supposed downgrade or whatever, I had made a video showing specific cutscene screenshots or whatever, and it shows that it hasn't changed at all. But I guess at the end of the day, for both Uncharted and Quantum Break, we'll have to wait for Digital Foundry to really.
What did Sony say on stage?
Into it to see.
1080p, 60 frames a second. What that motherfucker is 900p?
No, I know. For the multiplayer.
I'm just saying,
I know, and I did criticize them for that, though.
No, not that resolution means anything to me because it never did our game on PC. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. But again, Sony they're known for lying. Their customer service sucks dick. Fact. You know what I mean? They're fucking crooks. You know what I mean? Hey, to see someone use my credit card in West Africa. Here I live in the States, and I'm responsible for that. Microsoft overall, as a business, as a company, it's a Fortune 500 company. You know what I mean? My credit card information, has never been breached. Has never been breached. You know what I mean? It's like even back at PSN, you saying that it's the same as Xbox Live. Motherfuckers have been begging for the last 15 years on Sony shit, being able to change their name. You can't even fucking change your name on PSN. And you compare that shit to Xbox Live? Come on, RatedD.
I mean, it's a small complaint. I'm not changing my name, but hold on. I could have sworn that for Xbox, you have to pay to change your name, though, don't you?
So what? The first one is free, actually, but so what? You had that option. I can't even pay. So I give you $1,000. Let me change my gamer tag. Yoshida, no. What the fuck's up with that?
Anyway. But you said that your credit card information hasn't been. You said that your credit card information hadn't been taken or whatever, but like I said, Michael Pachter's did. It's
Give me a link right now to say that Michael Pachter's credit card information has been breached. And I'll give you $100 fucking. Did someone try to steal my gamer tag? Yes, they fucking did. And I had to call Microsoft. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But my debit card information has never, ever. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So I'm waiting for that link to say that Michael Pachter's credit card information. He had some fraudulent charges that someone made on Xbox Live on his account.
Okay, one sec. Let me search this up.
Yeah, search that. That Michael said there was some fraudulent charges that had been all over the guy. That had been everywhere. Fucking Michael Pachter. Every generation. This is gonna be the last year for consoles. Get the fuck out of here. What's up? It's not there, bro. Trust me.
Well, I got one link that talks about him getting hacked. Let me see.
No, we're talking about his credit card information. We talk, you know what I mean? Not you know what I mean? Like I said, just someone try to steal what happened? It locks you out of your. Not that they can take your game, they locks you out of your gamer tag, and you got to call them. Hey, what's your phone number? You have to give. Actually, you have to give them the last foot of your. You know what I mean? That's what you're talking about, a secure network, and it's not like that on PlayStation. You know what I mean? Because the operator doesn't even have you have to tell them the last 4 numbers of your phone number. Then they're going to send you a text to your cell phone or whatever the hell you know what I mean, to your cell phone. And then you have to call, with the numbers. Like, come on, they're going to send you a pin actually to your phone.
Okay, so I'm going to tweet out I'll tweet the link to you real quick.
Just put it here in the Facebook thing about his credit card information being breached. You sent me the link right there in Facebook?
Yeah, I'm posting it in the Facebook group right here.
Oh, no, let's put it in my box. Okay, well, you put it on Bang Bang?
Yeah, famed game industry analyst Michael Pachter has XBL account hacked, and then he talks about how they how they used money of his or whatever.
They use his They use his credit card?
Let me see right here. It says, here are the tweets that he
posted. What's the name of the site? Ripton. I've never heard of this site a damn my goddamn life. Why is this covered on IGN? The fuck type of site is this, RatedD? Zimbabwe
sites as well, dude. And they have screenshots of his Twitter right here. And you can read that stuff. 1 sec, I'll be right back.
Oh, Michael Pachter had his account hacked and contacted Microsoft. According to his Twitter account, these tweets have since been removed. Oh my God. Oh, I know it's nothing but any money and stuff. So come on, RatedD. Let's hope and they add a few zeros to my pathetic gaming store while they're, okay. I don't see anything but his credit card. No.
Yeah, they messed with his money as the
where? I'm just not in this article. Where?
Well, yeah.
Where? Yeah, it says Michael Pachter, the article you sent me, who has to be the worst video game analyst of all time, has apparently had his Xbox Live account taken over by a hacker. Someone took offense to his wild and often incorrect prediction about the future of the video game industry. Michael Pachter had his account hacked and contacted Microsoft, according to his Twitter account. The tweets have since been removed, but we obtained them through the magic of the internet and with major help of gamerness, whatever. And it's nothing about his account. Come on, RatedD. Can you just be honest? Jesus. You're live on the air. Jesus.
1 sec.
No. There we go. Listen, you can't be trusted, RatedD. And
one of these links keeps bringing up like a virus thing. Anyway, the thing is like I said, there was one of the articles I remember reading a while ago. Maybe it was just this. That his account got hacked, but I could have sworn that they had bought something from it. Maybe it was in one of the Pack Attack videos.
Maybe like it was that guy in the BBC happened. They charged $1,200 to his debit card, not even to his credit card, out of his banking account. And when he fought the charges with his bank, Sony locked him out of his account. Not just him, a lot of people in England. I got the article right here. Like, this is fucking bananas. Look at the BBC. Like, that's fuck you. And listen, you talking about because all that shit weird for the gamers. That's bullshit. And shit like that, had there been Microsoft, that shit would have been everywhere. Had there been Microsoft with those racist emails and shit, that shit would have been everywhere. You know what I mean? You guys pop so much shit about the Kinect, and now you motherfuckers can't wait to put some goddamn goggles on your head. That's why y'all can't get no goddamn AAA games. Sony spent the budget on some fucking 3D, 4D fucking glasses that no one's gonna buy. You buying that PlayStation VR for $400? You buying that with the PlayStation specifically glowing dildos? You looking to play soccer? Huh? That's what you want to play? Come on.
I mean, yeah, it's an interesting entertainment experience. I mean,
okay. But glowing dildos in your hand, just like the PlayStation Move, and you saw that fucking bombed out. No one wants to put fucking glowing magic wands in their fucking hand, man. Listen, just admit it. The PlayStation 4 is dog shit.
Well, real quick, going back.
Yeah, going back. Going back to Cali.
But specifically with the emails, that was certain people in Sony Pictures that had been fired as soon as that came out. It wasn't representative of the company as a whole, and specifically PlayStation at all.
Okay, well, again, Sony, again. So, if you mean, what's crazy? Not just the email that blacks and females and other ethnic group may have the same job position as you. We're both fucking managers, but your fucking salary is 30% higher than mine, and I've been
Well,
at
I
the
mean, like
company
I said,
10 years longer than you. Like, come on, man,
no, I know, I'm,
that goes deeper than just that. The emails, bro. Like, that's fucked up over there. Look at this shit
no,
that's
I know,
going
I'm
on with
not.
the fucking rape or that fucking that saying. I'm not even going to touch that shit there. I'm not even going to touch that shit there. She get fucking raped by it, and somebody else let her. Like, come on, man. That fucking place. That's why. Listen, and again, that's why. Now, is the PlayStation brand itself does well? Yes, it does. But the problem with PlayStation, again, it doesn't make enough money to keep Sony, quote unquote, afloat. And it's Sony does the name itself. I remember, like, I'm a little older than you. That Sony's name, that was the when you get a Walkman or a fucking DVD player, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be. Sony was the name of it, and Sony, their name is shit. Even the government, which buys, stock in the company and stuff. Japan didn't even back them. They backed it fucking, Panasonic. Like, Sony's fucked up. Selling buildings. I mean, I'm honestly, I'm scared to make that my primary console because they make me
Well,
fucking belly up next year. Like, I'm just being honest.
but the question I have is, if they don't have any money, how are they able to lock up these exclusives and these
What
exclusive
exclusives? What fucking exclusives?
The multiplayer exclusive content and all the like I
So the
the
shit
list
that
that
you guys
Verizon
scuffed
had with
about,
games like Street Fighter.
fucking the shit you guys scuffed about like fucking, what's that? Call of Duty. You guys, that shit there. You're gonna spend that. That's the problem. You're gonna spend $35 million to get 6 months of fucking skins that you could be putting back into some fucking AAA exclusives, and you have your big companies like Sony Santa Monica working on Little Fat Princess. That's the fucking
See,
problem.
the thing is, though, but dude, the thing is, Sony Santa Monica, they help out with around 10 or 11 indie
That's
games
the
every
fucking.
year.
How many layoffs were at
But
Naughty Dog?
no, I know, but not Naughty Dog Santa Monica, but
There were
they
no
also
layoffs at Naughty
have
Dog?
games
Are you
like
fucking
God of
shitting
War.
me? There were no layoffs at Naughty Dog?
Well, I mean, the people left, but it wasn't actual layoffs.
Come on. And I guarantee you that story on Uncharted is going to be dog shit.
But I'm just saying, specifically with Sony Santa Monica, they do make the big games like God of War, and they had the big game that got canceled, which is why they hadn't had one so far this gen. But they
It's
help
3
out
years
with
in.
around 10 or 11
It's 3
indie
years
games
in.
every year.
Microsoft has given us a Halo. They've given us a Forza. They've given us a Gears of War. Where's Sony Gran
Well, Gears of
Turismo?
War isn't out yet, though.
It comes out fucking this holiday. What are you talking about, bro? Yeah,
And
Gears of
for
War
all we
Ultimate.
know,
But listen, but where's again? And let me tell you something. Sony's so fucking cheap ass. The Last of Us, right? You take that, The Last of Us, right? When Microsoft give you a remake, they tear that motherfucker down, and it looks like a next generation game. You look at Gears
like
of
the
War
Uncharted
Ultimate.
collection.
You look at Gears of War Ultimate, right? And you compare
I
that to
know.
Gears of War to 360. Look at Halo Wars. I mean, Halo 2. You know what I mean? That's how you do a. If you're gonna but they'll just slap 1080p, 60 frames a second on it. You know what I mean?
But
Listen,
look
I'm
at
a
it
God
from,
of War fan, Reed. I swear to God, I told him God of War 3 was my favorite game last generation. And I bought that fucking cash grab for the fucking PS4, and it looks just like the PlayStation 3 version. That's my fucking problem with Sony. You know what I mean? I
well, look
didn't
at the
first.
Uncharted collection, though. The Uncharted collection was rebuilt just like the Gears of War thing was. I mean, Uncharted
Oh
1 on
my
PS3
God.
to PS4 is like night and day difference.
Bro, listen, stop it. You need more people out. You need more people. Anyway, and again, who the fuck asked for Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain? Like,
Yeah, I
that's
don't know.
like, come on. That's my issue with Sony. They're doing these fucking little bit cash grabs until you guys voice your opinion and stop going out and support that shit. Like, come on. Like,
Well,
and like indies and stuff is cool, but no one buys a next generation consoles. You know what? I can't wait to get home. I'm gonna download. Like, come on, that's bullshit. I'm
but
not
you're
talking about Gigantic. I'm not talking about, Cuphead. Those, even though they most might be great games. I'm not talking about
but you're
Ori and the Blind
specifically
Forest. You know,
You're specifically looking at the remasters and saying that that's all PS4 has. That's not it. And like I said, with the Uncharted collection, it was rebuilt
hey,
from
bro,
the ground up or
for
like that. You're
99% of
specifically
Sony's
pointing out
library
things.
or the PlayStation 4 library, I can play on the PlayStation 3, and that's a problem.
Well, I mean, you'll have to give me the specific numbers in order to believe
Okay,
that
okay,
it's
okay.
that bad.
God of War 3 remastered. Little Big Planet 3. Let's come on, like Beyond Two Soul remastered, The Last of Us
I mean, I just
remastered.
said
Like, come
out
on,
of
like
like
Taken King got a fucking
just on
remastered.
Metacritic alone, dude. Just on Metacritic
Hey,
alone,
listen,
you have
listen.
over
What
like
someone
you
eat
have like
doesn't make them
300
shit.
games.
What someone I can't stand Uncharted. I don't like it. I don't like the gun mechanics. It's very fucking. I don't like it. You may think it's the best thing to slice bread. So I can't judge by someone else's opinion, bro. That doesn't hold any weight here. The average consumer doesn't go into a store and say, you know what, this game got 5 stars on Amazon. That shit doesn't count.
Well, I can say the same for you, dude. Like with Xbox games. I mean, personally, I'm not
You don't have to
intrigued by
like them, but
Quantum
they're
Break.
AAA games. They're big busted games. Big
Yeah.
budget, whether you know what I mean. Like, come on, whether you like them or not. They may call them dude bro games, but I'm not saying what they may not appeal to you. Like you take a game like Persona 5. I don't want to play that Gundam style. Like, what's up with this anime fucking little kid and I'm not into that shit. That shit that what I mean. Like I said, you guys like to brag about those fucking games. One Piece Blood. You don't even buy them shits. 7,000 copies and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like this crazy. I mean, like Omaziago, he put these fucking list of games up every time when they asked for AAA exclusive, and he let him only Dragon Quest 99. Shit sold 6 copies. Like, what the fuck is that? I buy a next generation console, and the average consumer does for a big blockbuster game. And the reason why, I'm being honest, the reason why Sony is winning this generation, Miss Me Real, because they have the better version of the most of the perceived, quote unquote, this whole 1080p. And it really fucked Microsoft in the ass. I'll be the first to come out to admit it. They shot themselves in the foot. Like Sony's going to shoot. You know why? Because what I mean, they gimped out. Whether like I said, the Xbox One that's now complete with the DirectX 12 and Windows 10. You know what I mean? And we're going to see. We're going to finally see like and which is a good thing. Like I said before, because when the developers of The Witcher and Batman said all of their that their engines is compatible with DirectX 12 and go back and be patched. It's the same code. So they patch it on PC. They also can patch it on the Xbox One. It's the same goddamn code. And going back to what Phil Spencer said, you know what I mean? Said look like this. If my tablet received a 12% performance increase, why the fuck would my console? We're talking about my tablet and my Windows cell phone. You understand what I'm saying? So when they patch, GDC, GDC is coming up. March already, and they're going to patch Just Cause. You know what I mean? And we're going to see what's the performance boost we're going to see on the Xbox One. Currently, it's 900p. So if it boosts it up to 1080p or whatever the case may be, that's a win-win. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah,
I said,
we'll have to
DirectX
see
is.
exactly how big a difference it is, though. I mean, you can't say ahead of time that it's going to be like
I
that
said
till you
if.
see.
I know. I no 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 no. I said if. I didn't say it would. I said if. We're going to see. But like I said, put the guys like to say, well, Phil Spencer said, what I'm telling you is, if my tablet received a performance boost, why would my console? You had Aaron Greenberg going to record and said games that are CPU heavy are going to see a 50% performance increase. Like, that's bananas. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like
Like
I
the Xbox One, he said was beta tested in the, you know what I mean? Beta tested in the future. We got the cloud, DX12, all this fucking multitasking, bigger AAA is fucking exclusives. Xbox Live, it's like it's a no-brainer, man. PS4 still dog shit. Now we can come back to this debate again once Sony gets some fucking, meat and potatoes. When I get the God of Wars and shit like that. Right now, it's the same shit. Let's put out a theme console and get some map packs. Like, come on, the same shit you Sony fans bitched at Microsoft about last generation. All Sony did was still take Don Matrick's playbook, man. You know what I mean? It's the fucking truth. You know what I mean?
The thing is, though, is you still have amazing exclusives like Bloodborne, which is like one of
That
the
doesn't.
top
I'm not
rated
into
games.
that. I don't like Demon Souls or Blood. I don't like that. That doesn't appeal to me. I'm not knocking those
But
that
a
like
lot of
it.
other
I'm not
people
saying it's bad.
do.
I don't like it. I don't play Demon Souls. You know what I mean? I don't like them. at
Yeah,
all.
I get that, but a lot of other people do, and that's the
Okay,
point, though.
Sony, not a lot of other people. Sony sold about 40 million consoles, and again, the game barely sold 2 million fucking copies. All right, not
Well,
everybody
how
that's not
much
into
did
that shit. Okay,
Overdrive sell?
okay, just keeping it funky. Like not everybody's into that shit. You know, you got
I
40
mean,
fucking million even Sony himself said 80% of their fucking console players never played Uncharted.
yeah.
And that's your flagship fucking title.
Well, yeah, but
I
I mean,
bet you
Halo 5
80%
is
of
the
the
worst selling main
Xbox
Halo
players
game.
played Halo.
But
And
it's
that's,
the
I mean,
worst selling main Halo game.
listen,
And Sunset Overdrive had major issues selling as well. That I mean, the Xbox exclusives still don't sell that well either.
listen, bro. We want to talk about in December. Let's talk about Sony. Sony's full of shit. I don't even believe about this 40 million sold anyway. If if the PlayStation, I'm gonna leave it at this, and we can close the debate with this, right? And,
Yeah.
I'm just going by numbers. Like I said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. If the PlayStation was outselling the Xbox One 2-1, the Xbox would have sold more software in December than PlayStation. Fact, NPD. It's no way fucking in hell. If you are selling me 2-1, but my console is selling more software, that doesn't make any fucking sense. And that's not my opinion. That's fact. Like I said, Sony's got sued before for with their, for lying about their fucking numbers. The PSP, they got sued for that shit to investors. You know what I mean? But hey, man, shall I digress? Rated D has been real. The PS4 is still
All right,
dog
that's
shit,
fine.
and we can do this again. It's been fun. I thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for having me.
yeah, I thank you for coming on. You did a little better than you did last time. Yeah, I see you had your notes, but the PlayStation 4 is still dog shit, man. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching us live. Everybody give a round of applause for Sleazy D here. And what you say, you test
Bang
positive for
bang.
swag?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And hey, yeah, at the same time, I can't wait to play Hideo Kojima's next game that's not coming on Xbox. Just saying.
Okay, well, we see it before we know it, maybe, a shit shovel indie, man. And, let's not talk about Sony, what they did for the creator of Shenmue. Bro, everywhere I go, people ask me about Shenmue 3. Broke his ass on stage for a fucking Kickstarter. Come on, what the fuck's fucking embarrassing? Fucking fund the game. Like, that's bullshit, man. Drug his drunk ass on stage. Everywhere I go, people say Shenmue 3. You would never see Microsoft bring a developer on stage and ask for begging for money for a Kickstarter. It won't happen.
Well, that's a whole nother issue. I made a video about that at some
Sony's
point. We could
fucked
get into
up
that another
in a financial crisis. They
time.
spent their fucking budget. That's why they can't make a fucking Spider-Man movie on some fucking VR. You know what I mean? But we're out of here, man. This is your boy NxtGen, rated fucking Sleazy D. Thank you for watching, man. Bang, bang.